guys, and welcome to lecture 4.7, dividing a polynomial by a monomial. So what we're going to use is we're going to strictly use the definition of our division, which is multiplication by the reciprocal, to figure out what our quotient is. So for example, if we want to divide 10x cubed minus 15x squared by 5x, I can rewrite it as 10x cubed minus 15x squared all over 5x, which, using the definition of division, it is multiplication by reciprocal. So 10x cubed times the reciprocal of 5x is 1 over 5x minus 15x squared times 1 over 5x. That will allow me to have each term being divided by 5x, 10x cubed all over 5x minus 15x squared all over 5x. Reduce our terms down to 2x squared minus 3x. Our rule is just, therefore, to divide a polynomial by a monomial, we're going to divide each term in the polynomial by the monomial. For example, if we want to divide 3x squared minus 6 by 3, I'm just going to go ahead and divide each term by 3, leaving me with 3x squared divided by 3 gives me x squared, and 6 divided by 3 gives me 2. So, x squared minus 2. And another way we can look at it is by kind of long division. Now we won't really need to use this long division yet, but I just do want to show you that it is possible to get the same results by doing long division. So if I divide 3 into 3x squared, that leaves me with x squared. X squared times 3 is 3x squared. Subtract, take the difference, bring down the next digit. 3 goes into negative 6, negative 2 times. 3 times negative 2 is 6. Change the signs, and that leaves me with 0. So my quotient is still x squared minus 2. So depending on what you prefer, to show your division like long division or show your division under each term is up to you. Let's try one more example. 4x squared minus 2, and we're going to divide by 2. So for each term, I'm going to write it under 2. So 4x squared divided by 2 and negative 2 divided by 2. So 4x squared divided by 2 reduces down to 2x squared, and negative 2 over 2 is negative 1. Let's work through this problem. We want to find the quotient of 27x cubed minus 9x squared and 3x. So we're going to go ahead and break it up. 27x cubed all over 3x minus 9x squared all divided by 3x. 3 goes into 27 9 times. X goes into x squared, leaving us with, x cubed, leaving us with x squared. 3 goes into 9, negative 3 times. X goes into x squared, leaving us with x. Now if you need to see that, this is 27 divided by 3, x 3 minus 1. Go ahead and do that for yourself. X squared minus 1, and it still gives us 9x squared. By using your definition, you can still solve this problem. So either if you want to use reduction, or if you want to use the definitions that we've learned previously, your solution for the quotient will still be the same. Let's walk through another example. This one looks a little bit more complex, so I'll take a little bit more time with it. 15x squared y minus 21xy squared, and we're going to divide that by negative 3xy. Again, I'm going to go ahead and rewrite my problem by negative 3x 3xy minus 21xy squared all over negative 3xy. I'm going to work with my numbers first. So how many times does negative 3x go into 15? Negative 5. Now I work with my x's. X over x squared would leave me x. And y over y is just 1. It multiplies to 1, so there's no y in the first term. Now, negative 3 goes into negative 12. Don't forget your negative out here. 4 times, so that's positive 4 times. X goes into x once, so x over x is just 1. And y squared over y will give us y. So my final quotient will be negative 5x plus 4y. I wanted to show you one example where I run through with long division. So before we were just multiplying, or we were going to divide each term. But let me run through using this long division, because this long division is going to come in handy in our next set of lectures. So let's work through this one step at a time. 8x squared y will go into 24x cubed y squared how many times? Well, again, I'm just going to work number with number, x with x, y with y's. X goes into 24 3 times. X squared goes into x cubed with a remainder of x. And y goes into y squared, y. So if I was to multiply this, the 3 times 8 gives me 24. X squared times x gives me x cubed. Y times y gives me y squared. I'm going to subtract. Bring down the next term, not just next number, next term, plus 16x squared y squared. And we use the same procedure. Now this is a little bit overkill for this problem, but I want to get you acclimated to this procedure because we are going to use it in next lectures. 8 goes into 16 2 times. Y squared goes into x squared goes into x squared 1 time. So x squared over x squared is just 1. Y goes into y squared 1. 1y. Okay. So then I go through and multiply it again. 8 times 2 is 16. X squared, there's no x's to multiply by, so I just multiply it by 1. X squared. Y times y is y squared. Subtract, take the difference, bring down the next term. 4x squared y cubed. Now let's run through this again, but we have to kind of think a little bit bigger in this sense because 8 doesn't really go into negative 4, but there is a number we can multiply 8 by to get us negative 4. Well, 8 times 1 is 8. 8 times 1/2 is 4. So I know negative 1/2 would get me 4. All right, just kind of digest that for a second. Now, x squared goes into x squared 1 time. So it's just 1. X squared over x squared is just 1. And y cubed will leave me y squared. And again, I'm going to run through this backwards multiplication just to verify that my long division is working. Negative 1/2 times 8 is negative 4. X squared times 1, x squared. Y squared times y, y cubed. Change the sign, combine, and I'm left with a 0 remainder. So my final quotient is 3xy plus 2y minus 1/2 y squared. I know that looked a little bit confusing, but we are going to use this technique in the next set of lectures. So until then, be seeing you.